No wonder people don't trust the mainstream media. No wonder. People are no longer subjecting themselves to this absolute filth. Our theories, our speculations, they have been confirmed, and I'm about to give you proof that the sole purpose of the mainstream media is to indoctrinate you. They are no longer in the business to make money. They are in business to brainwash us. And while they're brainwashing us, they are laughing at us behind the scenes and talking about how dumb we are. Earlier this afternoon, as I was waiting to see my doctor at the doctor's office for my checkup, I was sitting there browsing through Reddit. Now, outside of Facebook, Reddit is the absolute worst platform on social media. Reddit is filled with unemployed wanker spankers who spend 24 hours every day looking to be offended. So since I'm in a great mood today, I felt like offending the easily offended. Now, full transparency, the only reason I was doing this was because I was bored and I wanted to entertain myself in the doctor's office by laughing at a complete stranger who seemed to be having a panic attack over the weather. Long story short, this kid was complaining about America destroying the climate. Now, obviously, the kid was putting most of the blame on Donald Trump. Orange Man bad! Now, I gotta admit, I am absolutely amazed at the powers of Donald Trump. If you were to believe the media or this indoctrinated kid on Reddit, not only does the Trumper have the power to incite violence with his words, he also has the power to warm the planet, causing dangerous hurricanes to form seemingly out of nowhere. Clearly, these people have never watched The View. My inside sources are telling me that the whoopee cushion, she enjoyed a Lizzo-sized portion of chili this weekend. Those powerful winds that you are feeling outside, they're not coming from a hurricane. Those winds are a direct result of the powerful boodle breeze from the whoopee cushion. I was trying to explain to this kid that he has been indoctrinated by the mainstream media. He kept telling me, "You need to read scientific papers." I don't need to read scientific papers to know that man can't control the weather. Unfortunately, millions of people have been indoctrinated by the mainstream media, and now we have an executive at MSNBC openly admitting that they are indoctrinating you on purpose. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Link to the second channel in the description below. I'll be on the second channel as soon as this video is uploaded. I'm going to be giving you guys an update on Blair Fleming from San Jose State, formerly known as Superman, who now prefers to be called Superwoman. Believe it or not, there used to be a time, and it wasn't all that long ago, there used to be a time when you could actually trust the media. Now, that doesn't mean you could trust them implicitly, but it wasn't all that long ago that you could trust the mainstream media when it came to certain stories, certain issues. For example, something like 9/11. Even though it's been over 23 years, I still remember 9/11 like it happened yesterday. Whether you were watching Fox News that day or CNN, CBS, MSNBC, you could trust that the information they were giving you was accurate. If they made a mistake, if they reported something prematurely that ended up being false, back then, the media had the integrity to admit it. They would correct themselves. Now, obviously, those days are long gone. Over the summer, when Private Doofus tried to take out the Trumper in Butler, Pennsylvania, I could not trust the information from CNN. I damn sure couldn't trust what I was seeing from MSNBC. You think I'm gonna trust a network that employs the wicked weave? You think I can trust a network that refused to fire Rachel Maddow after years of reporting on the illusion of Russian collusion? An illusion that ended up being 100% false? Now, we've got an executive at MSNBC openly admitting that they're lying to us. I originally came across this video over the weekend, but I was kind of skeptical to share it with you guys because I didn't know if it was legit. Part of me thought it was fake. Part of me couldn't believe that someone could be this stupid. But then I realized that the arrogance of people working in the media, it often clouds their judgment. So I'm going to show you a small abbreviated version of this video. The full clip's around 12 minutes long, and I'm going to let you decide for yourself whether or not this dude is just drunk and talking shit, or if the booze lowered his inhibitions and he's telling the truth. Basel Hamdan, he is a producer at MSNBC. His primary responsibility is polishing the turd on a show called Amen. Now, just to give you some perspective on what you can expect if you decide to waste your time watching Amen. Yesterday, they honored the Jewish victims who lost their lives on October 7th last year. Well, Casey, that sounds amazing! It's great to see the media uniting with the American people and honoring our allies in Israel. Amen chose a unique way to honor our fallen allies. He invited a self-described journalist on the show. Keyword, self-described. This woman was not a real journalist. She was simply choosing to identify as a journalist. Is that how it works now? We can just choose a profession and identify as that profession without putting in the work? If that's the case, I am choosing to self-describe as an NBA player. Matter of fact, I am choosing to self-describe as a max contract superstar NBA player. What team is offering me $60 million a year? I can't shoot, I can't dribble, I damn sure can't dunk, I can't defend, I can't rebound. But according to the logic at MSNBC, because I self-describe as an NBA player, I'm entitled to receive a max contract. Now, obviously, there's not a team in the NBA that's going to pay me. Of course, my lack of ability, it would make me qualify for the WNBA, but they couldn't afford to pay me. Hell, you could combine the salaries of every player in the dump, and I don't think you would still reach $60 million. But anyway, Amen invited a self-described journalist from Palestine on the show to honor the victims of October 7th. As it turns out, this woman was not a journalist. Shocker. She was a snitch. Several years ago, she snitched on Israeli and Palestinian activists who were trying to come up with peaceful solutions. Now, who did the professional snitch and self-described journalist turn these activists into? Hamas. That is who MSNBC invited on their network to commemorate October 7th. The producer of that show is a man named Basel Hamdan. Last week, Basel appeared to be drinking some spiked lemonade that came straight from Don's Lemons, and he was sharing the drink with a lady. Basel was all excited. He thought he was finally losing his V card. If the night went as planned, the only virgin that would remain in the mainstream media would be the Star Trek virgin, Mike Freeman. But unfortunately for Basel, this particular lady, she was not there for a good time. She damn sure wasn't there for a date. She was working undercover for the O'Keefe Media Group to expose the filth at MSNBC. Watch for yourself.
What have they done to help the Harris campaign?
Amplify her message. What her message of the day is their message of the day.
Hamdan revealed that MSNBC is the Democratic Party's mouthpiece and is doing anything to get Kamala elected. Hamdan says this news network is indistinguishable from the Democratic Party.
So is MSNBC just like doing whatever it takes to get Kamala elected?
Yes. It hammers home the point that I'm making, that this news network is indistinguishable from the party.
Are they just the Democratic Party's mouthpiece?
Exactly.
MSNBC is the Democratic Party's mouthpiece.
Yeah. Viewers get mad at the guests or the host if the host were to criticize Democrats. They've made their viewers dumber over the years. I think brainwashing and dumbing down,
it's bad.
aggressive,
I get it,
helps Trump.
Oddly enough, I think this dude is right. All kidding aside, I think Basel is telling the truth. I think the corruption in the media, I think the media colluding with the Democratic Party has backfired on them. It hurt the Trumper in 2020, but I think it's helping him in this election cycle. The main point, the mainstream media is full of shit, and this dude just confirmed it. The media is lying to you. Networks like MSNBC, they are essentially state-run media. How many times have I said that people like Joy Reid are paid propagandists? Remember when I used to call Stephen A. Smith the world's highest paid parrot? That was not hyperbole. It's reality. These people working in the media, they are paid to push a narrative, an agenda. You know how the media keeps claiming that Donald Trump is a threat to democracy? That is projection. The media is projecting their own sins onto the Trumper. Because the truth is, the greatest threat to democracy here in America, it's not China, it's not Vlad Putin and Mother Russia, it's not Venezuelan gangs coming through the southern border. Believe it or not, it's not even Cam Harris. You know what the greatest threat to America is? The mainstream media. And you know what the greatest threat to the media is? You know what the media fears the most? YouTube and Twitter. They fear Twitter because people are allowed to expose their lies, and they fear YouTube for the same reason, but YouTube is also destroying their audience. Why do you think the media is working so hard to censor social media? Why do you think they are constantly talking about the threat of misinformation? They're not trying to protect you. They are trying to protect themselves. I am a mid-sized YouTuber. I average between 2 and 3 million views every month. If you were to conduct a poll and you asked people who they would be more willing to trust, me or the mainstream media, I would be willing to bet 95% would choose me. And it's not because I'm always right. Hell, sometimes I'm wrong. But at least I'm honest with you. If I'm wrong, I tell you I'm wrong. The difference between myself and other content creators in the mainstream media, I'm not trying to brainwash you. I'm not telling you what to think. But give me your thoughts on this. What did you think of that clip? Do you think it's legit? Was Basel Hamdan telling the truth? He claimed that MSNBC is basically state-run media and their job is to get Cam Harris elected while brainwashing you. Was he telling the truth, or was he just drunk? Sound off in the comments below. Like, subscribe, share the video. Appreciate your support. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.